Hello and welcome to another one of my training videos. Today I want to give you a bit of an introduction to a new tool that I've been using called Front. Now, if you work in customer service or sales or basically any situation where you are working in a shared email inbox, you are going to love Front. Now, historically, if you work in a shared inbox, you've probably tried things in the past when managing email between a team, like CCing each other back and forth, talking about a message or a thread that somebody needs to reply to, or maybe like me in the past, I've worked in teams where we've labeled things in Gmail, trying to assign conversations, but it's really hard to communicate. It's really hard to manage all this inbound communication in the tools that we normally use. With Front, you can connect multiple email addresses, multiple channels of communication into this one platform, having all of your inbound communication come into one place to easily manage that communication among the members of your team. And I actually don't think this is not just necessarily for sales and customer service. I actually think for anyone like me, for example, or if you work in a small team where you have like a personal assistant, virtual assistant, somebody that helps you with email. So for example, Haley, my wife, she helps me with email. It's great. We can have emails coming into here, and we can be assigning different threads back and forth and saying it's your responsibility to reply to this. But if Haley has a question for me, she can actually comment inside the thread here and she can ask me questions. So it actually brings kind of chat into your inbox as well. So it's really cool. Let me show you a little bit about how it works. So firstly, on the sidebar here, you've got your normal inbox, just your everyday normal email. And so you can still have your private email in here. You can just do all your email in here like you normally would. And it has all the bells and whistles of normal email. So when you are composing a message, you can set a reminder to follow up. You can schedule it to send later. You've got canned responses here. So if you've got email templates that you like to use that you've pre-written, you can program them all in. So it's really got all the main features you would want in a good email client. You can do all of that right inside Front. So as well as your main email, then you can set up what are called team inboxes. So I've got some team inboxes here. These are shared, and you can choose which members of your team have access to specific inboxes. So I've got one here called primary inbox and another one called customer service. So you could have different email addresses directing to different inboxes. But it's not just email. Like I said, you can actually connect different channels. So if I go into my settings up here, and if I go to one of my team inboxes, here's the primary inbox, and here are some channels that I've already connected. Things like my Twitter handle, Twitter direct messages, an email account, and even a Facebook page as well. And if I want to add a channel, you can see here other types of services that connect. Intercom, Smooch, TalkDesk, Google Play. You can even integrate an SMS service. So if you have SMS hosted through a service like Twilio, for example, you can even have text messages coming into this inbox as well. So lots of channels of communication coming into one place. So we can see those team inboxes here. Just a little further down on the sidebar, you can see your teammates, and so you can see which teammates are working on which threads and which messages and things. So here I am, I'm in my primary inbox. Here's a message that's come in. I can assign this to someone. I'm just going to assign this to myself, and it goes out of the unassigned queue, and it actually goes into my assigned up here. I can pick one of these tweets, for example, and I could assign this to somebody else on the team, like Haley. And yeah, you can respond natively in here. So here's a tweet I might want to respond to. I could just respond nice and quickly as well. And with responding to tweets and email, it actually has a really cool undo feature. So if you set like a 5 or a 10-second delay, even those tweets that you send, it won't necessarily send straight away. You can actually undo them within a small time frame, which is pretty handy. And so this kind of second column on the left here, this is all the inbound communication that you have that needs to be assigned and triaged to different people. Now if I go to a previous discussion that I've had, here's a thread that I previously assigned this to Haley. You can see up here it's assigned to Haley. It's in the primary inbox. So Haley was looking at this, but she had some questions for me. So here are the emails back and forth, but she had some questions here. So this is what I mean when I say it's almost bringing chat. Well, it's bringing chat into your email as well. So Haley had some questions for me, and I said, yep, you can go back and schedule the same time Thursday. And so chatting happens right in here. I can comment down here. I can mention people, please send me an update. And so Haley will get this now, and she can respond. So it's a really handy way if you are drafting messages together, like maybe a sales message, you want someone to approve it before it goes out. You can be chatting and direct messaging people back and forth. As well as obviously just talking within these channels, you can actually just start a new discussion with someone. So it's almost like instant messaging in here as well. It really is all forms of communication in one place. And as you might expect, Front actually integrates with loads of different third-party tools as well. So as a passionate Asana and Pipedrive user, I've obviously integrated those features, or those extra integrations. So for example, if I click this tag here, I can create a new Asana task. So if there's some action I need to take as a result of this email, I could create a task, put it in a project, assign it to someone. So it's a really great way of taking that communication and then firing it off to Asana to convert into some kind of action. And with the Pipedrive integration, I've got my sidebar here. Let me actually go to a different message. It recognizes this contact here as being someone in my Pipedrive account, so it's pulled up their contact information. I could get access to deals that I'm working on or create follow-up activities as well. So for example, if this is a lead that I'm talking to, I could create an activity to, let's say, call. I can put some notes and say, I need to call this person back and have a chat with them on the phone. So that integration with Pipedrive is really handy. It means I'm not having to switch back and forth between multiple tools. I can kind of just come in and do my email and fire off activities to the right place. There are currently over 5,000 companies using Front, and with the studies and the feedback that they've found so far, they found that the average person will save around 6 hours per week on communication and email and collaborating with their team. So that's nearly a full day's worth of work. I think that's pretty impressive. And I think if you are managing a shared inbox, or if you have a personal assistant or someone you're working with, I think you'll agree that a tool like this can really save some time. Like I said, just working with Haley with it for a few weeks and seeing how we're able to communicate back and forth and answer questions and things, it's been super useful. So if you have any questions about Front, please leave me a comment below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.